One of the more difficult things to understand within the world of cryptography are some of these primitives that I'm going to introduce here over the next few slides. Most people take a look at this and they start to simply zone out. And for purposes of our discussion, there's different operands here that you should at least try to discover if you're not familiar with these. And the reason why I bring these up is because typically we will call these truth tables. And so with these truth tables here, it provides us with a way that, given a message, you can actually go and convert that message to some other message using some of these different operands. And so for purposes of your exam, because I know that this can be overwhelming, and so this is why you guys are coming with us here, is we're not going to use these right here. So yes, feel free to go and memorize all these, get in, dust off your old algorithms book or discrete book or whatever it is that you remember these from. The one that we're going to focus on is this one down here, this XOR operand, and this truth table really comes into play whenever we start to look at how we can take some of these cryptographic messages and, with this exclusive OR, put it in a way that is try to obfuscate data. And so let's take a look at why these binary values here, these zeros and ones, allow us to assign those values that are different if the output is 0 or if the output is same. So let's exclusively look at the XOR. All right, so take a look here at this one, the XOR, and if you're familiar with this already, it'll be a good refresher. With X, if I put X into some sort of function and I add Y to that function, I get a certain output. So I have X, I add Y, and then I get an output. And so if it's the same, it's 0. If it's different, it's 1. And so there's a reason why we look at this specifically, is because not only is this typically used for message stream ciphers and modular arithmetic, getting into some basic things with the truth tables, but this is used typically for flagging events as well. And so if, let's just say here, let me give you an example, a real world example of this. Let's say that Y in this case is a signature of a virus. Y is a signature of a virus. And so in my antivirus system, or in my intrusion detection system, or in my alerting system, whatever that is, I have, at some point in the life of the system, I've been able to get an update of the signatures of new viruses. And so when I am looking at anything in the operating system, and then so over here, X would all of the, so X would be all the files, OS. And so if I'm looking at all the files of the operating system and I compare here the signatures of all the known viruses that are out there, I can then deduce, just through binary comparison, is it the same or is it different? And at a high level here with this exclusive board, that's exactly what we do. We're able to find if something matches, if something matches a current signature of a virus, or if it doesn't, and very, very quickly scan the entire system. So hopefully that makes sense. If I have this as my input and I have this as my Y, so my X and my Y, right? So we'll call this the key, and then this is my input. Could be plain text and the key, and then I'm going to have my message stream down here. What would be the output values here? I'm going to give you 30 seconds to put it into the chat window. And so for purposes of your exam, you will have one question on here that you'll need to know what the truth table is, or just remember, if it's the same, it's 0. If it's different, it's 1, right? And so for our purposes here, that's what we're looking for, is the value would be put into here, X would be put here, Y would be put here, right? So the input and the key. And then our output here would be this right there. Oh, it just went there and went away real quick. So the output here would be, is it the same? Or if it's different, so it would be 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, right? That would be the correct for this particular output. And so for your case, you may have one of these on your exam. So just keep that in mind as you continue to be awesome and while you're preparing for this.